Only God knows. Only God knows everything there is to know about an individual. Our judgments are a little too hasty. In life, we have many symbols and signs of spirit. No matter how modern we get or how beyond it the culture, society thinks we've gone, the symbols remain. The signs that in our spirit we're yearning for something bigger, something greater, something to believe in, something to strain forward for, and a reason for integrity. Really, a reason for integrity. One of the things that is, not going anywhere is the cross. And it's a symbol of Christianity. If you know your New Testament, it is a symbol of freedom from oppressive structures. It's a symbol of sacrifice. It's a symbol of God's love for all of humanity, absolutely everybody. And that's what, when we see this cross, we know that while it can mean different things to people, there are some things that it means to simply all of us. Now, what is the first thing that you can think about when you see a cross, regardless of your religion or your beliefs or your commitment to a structured religion? I think the first thing that we can all think of when we see a cross is, it's a reminder. Don't do this to anyone. Don't do this to anyone else. There's different ways to crucify people. You and I know this. We can crucify them with our tongue by saying cruel things or untrue statements, or simply highlighting what's wrong with people that, according to us, is bad about them. We can also remain silent about those things. One of the things we can do in life that doesn't serve is look at someone and see the signs of their suffering, and yet don't connect the symptoms, those signs of suffering, their behaviors that may be dysfunctional or damaging, and see those signs and not connect them to their suffering, to what happened to them. People have reasons. Everybody has a story. And most of that's going to remain private. It won't be available to us to know what caused somebody's bad behavior. But we tend to see people as snapshots. We take a snapshot in our heads about somebody, and then that's where, we think of them and we see them at the breakfast table maybe. And what we do is we pull up the snapshot. Oh, that's the person who, disappointed me. Oh, that's the person who, I know all I need to know about this person. The old familiarity breeding contempt. But when you look at this cross and see it, it's going to ask you for something a little better than that, something a little deeper, something more stretching for you. And that is to look at people the way Jesus Christ looked at them. He looked at them and he saw their whole story. The divine mind gets all the nuances, all the moments. Maybe you've had a moment in your life that changed you. We're doing a better job now of calling those things traumas, and we all have them. So you're not special if you experienced a trauma. NLP does a great job of saying, take that moment and shrink it and look around it and create in your mind around it things and focus on them. When this comes up, focus on them. NLP is a great strategy for those scorched earth moments of your life. For yourself even, never look at behaviors that trouble you and disconnect them from the suffering that you endured that prompted those behaviors. When we see children doing well, people say, oh, well, you're such great parents, but really what the parents did was as best they could provide a safe space. Generally, if people are not traumatized or mistreated, neglected, they come up pretty nicely, and That's them being allowed to develop in their essence. When you see people and you don't like some of their behaviors, don't separate those behaviors out from the cross they may have endured that you know nothing about. And even if you know external, a few little pieces about what they suffered, you don't have the full picture because you don't know how it affected them fully. You don't. And I think a problem with the information age, everybody thinks they know everything there is to know about other people and their lives. And that's only God knows. Only God knows everything there is to know about an individual. Our judgments are a little too hasty and ill-informed. So when you see the cross, what's the first thing to remember? Don't do this to anyone else.